Hello there guys, Forsaken here bringing you a breakdown of Genesis 2 beacon drops. Let's start with white. First we're going to take a look at what saddles each one drops. So in white we have a few saddles, but I believe the most important would probably be the Astrodelphus Starwing saddle. It's the newest tame, well not the newest tame, but one of the newest dinos of the game. The Maywings too are pretty good. I've never really had a roll rat, so I don't know how useful those saddles are. But here's a picture of what all saddles I found in the white drops and 100 white drops. Now onto green. Go around. Green. First glance at the vault, I see the most of our platform saddles. The reason I like these saddles is not for like a PvP aspect, it's more of a grinding for the materials. Taking a further look, trike saddles probably good for PvP. I don't really know how useful trikes are for PvP. UD saddles good for bosses for their buff. Keep them alive even though they're on a front line. Aloes could be good too. But here's a picture of all the drops I found in 100 green drops. All the saddles I found in 100 green drops. On to blue. I'm not sure how useful some of these saddles, like the galley saddles are, the Caliceratheriums. Like these saddles. Rock Drake saddles are nice. Even though Rock Drakes don't spawn on Gen 2, it's still nice to have. Thyla saddles can be fun if you have a Thyla. Megatron platform saddles, good for grinding in my opinion. I don't know how well or how useful they are for soaking. I know Stego's kind of changed the meta for PvP. But here's a picture of the saddles I found in 100 blue drops. Now onto purple. First thing that catches my eye again is the platform saddles for the Parasaur. Just for grinding purposes for PvE. PvP, I believe they're still good to box in and still rush in with that. Golem saddles for soaking. Snow owls, because flyers got pretty much nerfed, so snow owls have the dive, and so they're pretty good in freezing and healing. That's all I can really say from this one. It's mispronounced, or mistyped. It says Liopterodon saddle, but it's actually a Megalodon saddle. But here's a picture of all the saddles I found in 100 purple drops. Now probably one of my favorite drops for saddles, the yellow one. It has the Giga saddles, which is very useful for PvE and PvP. PvE for extinction for like the nodes and stuff like that, and just overall like killing alphas and just meat runs and whatnot. PvP of course for fighting. Karkanos saddles pretty good. I like Karkanos. Megatheriums for the farming broodmother or killing the broodmother for the first time on first playthrough. Woolly rhinos are used a lot in PvP I believe still. And some bosses still too. But here's a picture of what I found in 100 yellow drops for saddles. And now on to red, teal, and orange. I was kind of disappointed in, or not teal, cyan. I was kind of disappointed in these because they all drop the same saddles. I don't know if this is intended or if it's a beacon drop issue, but I mean Ark having bugs, that's totally unheard of. It's a perfect game with absolutely no bugs or exploits. Now looking at the saddles, the Anki saddle is probably good for protecting your Anki while you're doing element shard runs, gotchas for protecting your good element gotchas, or just, you know, a flex saying my gotcha's all of ascended saddles. Gas bag's probably good for when you're trying to haul a lot of metal resources around in a gas bag. I don't personally like using gas bags, I just flying them or using them. Yomiya useless. Pterodons. I don't know how useful Pterodons are anymore with the flyer nerf. I know classic flyers still allows you to do movement speed, but I don't use Pterodons because I feel like they're slow. I'd rather have a Wyvern. Rex saddles, by far one of my most favorite dinos to breed. So these Rex saddles are awesome to me. Spino saddles are Chapadar saddles are also. But here's a picture of what I found in 100 red, cyan, and orange drops. Alright, now let's take a look back at white drops and see what they drop for weapons and tools. So they give assault rifles, charge lanterns, compound bows, pikes, and shotguns. Not bad. Compound bows are good. I like compound bows. Now let's go to green. Green actually didn't give me any weapons or tools in 100 drops. Not saying that, you know, none of these are like set in stone, but this is what I've received in 100 drops. In blue, we got the cruise missile, mining drill, which is my favorite thing to mine with. Shotgun, probably my favorite. Just overall cave running gun. Simple pistol is fun to use, but not very strong. Bullets are cheap though. Now purple. Purple got the chainsaws, good for gathering polymer, wood. Stab snipies. Use a lot in PvP. Lances, I've never even used a lance, I just grind them. Now the minigun is new. It is fun to shoot, but it goes through ammo like no other. And now we're gonna go on to yellow. Yeah, yellow. Yellow is hatchets, pickaxes, rocket launchers, and swords. With some night vision, which should be in the armor tab. I misplaced it. Not super good. I mean, I don't really use pickaxes or hatchets really ever. I use mining drills and chainsaws. Now red, cyan, and orange. I believe they give all the same. Electric prods, fab pistols, flamethrowers, and long necks. The long necks are good for like you're trying to trank stuff, but I find that it's no longer like top tier. Flamethrowers are good for PvP. Never really use electric prods. Just take a look at these. Yeah, it's pretty much the same in both of those. Yeah, not much difference. Alright, now let's go back to white and take a look at the armor that you get. So in white, you get chitin or chitin and gas masks. I mean, gas masks could be useful in the Buff Cave and Highland. Not really. The armor is probably pretty useless. Now green. Green gives cloth, but it also gives riot armor, riot shields, and wooden shields. Probably one of the best drops for getting riot armor. Riot armor can be expensive to make or repair, but getting items or blueprints is definitely helpful. Now blue. Blue, you get desert cloth. I've never really used desert cloth, never really played on scorched earth, just a little bit. But that's pretty much all you get in blue drops. I mean, the occasional just miscellaneous items, you know, like a scope, spyglass, camera. Now purple. Purple, mining helmets and hide. I can't say hide is super useful, maybe early game. Mining helmets are just, I think they're just good armor, but a good ride helmet would outdo that any day. Yellow is fur and get some glider suits, which is nice. I mean, I know we get the tech suit on this, so the glider suit's not really useful on this map, and we don't really have a snow biome, so the fur is not super useful, but it's still armor. You can always take it to a different map, upload it. Red, teal, and orange give all the same. It gives ghillie and night vision goggles for all of them. Red, teal, and orange, I don't know if there's something wrong with them, but they pretty much pull off of all the same drops. Now let's go back to white and look at the tech items that drop. I couldn't really figure out if there was a pattern to it or not. They kind of all drop tech items. Some drop more than others, but it's kind of hard to get. We'd have to have a larger sample size to get a more accurate number. But the weapons that they do drop from tech is specific to the color. So whites drop tech rifles. They can have tech turrets, sleeping pods. The surveillance pretty much drops in all of them that I've seen. These drop in pretty much all of them too. The RCs, the new ones. Shards and element are pretty much in all of them. Some of them have dust. This one does not. Now let's go to green. Green doesn't have any weapons at all, not regular weapons, but it has transmitters, has a tech trough, the surveillance again, has the dust, a dedicated storage, and the R-seeds. Blue. Blue has the tech grenade launchers, tech rifles, tech swords, surveillance again, tech crop plots, are quite a few of them, so it's not color specific. The R-seeds. This, I think the carnivorous plant seed is in a few of them too. And then of course the element. Purple, element of course, R-seeds, plant species Y, plant species Z. Tech bow, this is my favorite weapon from the new weapons. Even though I can't use it on my playthrough, they changed it. But it is by far the most essential weapon I think from the tech. It got tech claws, tech crop plot, surveillance, and that's it for purple. Yellow, tech phase pistol, shoulder cannon, sleeping pod, surveillance, the element, more dust than the other ones, R-seeds, plant Z, the generator. That's for that one. Red has elements, 1 R-seed, plant species Y-seed, tech crop plot, the jump pad, the lights, cryopod, not cryopod, sleeping pod, trough, and a turret. The turret could be useful in a PvP situation if you got a gen and some element right away. Carnivorous seed, element, the R seeds, the Y seed, crop plot, dedicated storage. I believe this is the only one I found force fields in, so it might be locked to cyan, I'm not sure. There's a tech sensor. And orange has, this is the only one I found a tech canteen in. It has the element like normal, the R seeds, the Y seed, surveillance, a transmitter, turret, and trough. For the tech, it was kind of hard to determine what came in what. And let's go back to the white and look at just like normal structures. So as far as normal structures, a lot of them have the same. Some have different, like this one has industrial forges and a grinder, but it's not enough of a sample size to really tell you if it's locked to this one, because it hit or miss over 100, you can get 5, you can get 0. But this is what they could drop. I'm not going to take too long to look at this stuff, just because I feel like the main object of these drops are not the structures. This is a fabricator, chemistry bench, a vault. This one has some bunk beds, cryo fridge, and a vault. I also had I think a wood ocean platform. This one, cryo fridge, the new egg incubator, which is nice. I love using these. It's very helpful for breeding. Out to hatch a million eggs just to find out what you have. You could just crack them in if you don't want them. And this one has wood platform, ocean platforms. This one has a turret, egg incubator also. Some of them have some behemoth gates and stuff in them. This one also has an industrial grinder, cryo fridge. And I believe that's all the important stuff out of that one. Moving on to red. Red doesn't really have anything good, like a turret here or there. Yeah, a vault. Nothing special, nothing that really. Behemoth gateways, cryo fridge, some cliff platforms, stone and metal, motorboat in the cyan one. Now the primitive ammo box comes in the orange one. I think this is the only one I've seen, I could be wrong. Egg incubators, there's more of them in this one, but that could just be a roll of the dice. Chemistry bench, bunk bed, a lot of platforms, cliff platforms, ocean platforms. So that's it for structures. Now let's go look at just like general resources. Or I guess we can look at the consumables first. The consumables are pretty much all the same. A lot of them have bug repellent in the cactus broth. Some have medical brews. Some have blood packs. Some have medical brews or a mind wipe in there, and just like random berries and food and cooked like lamb. So we're not going to take time to look at all that. Resources, they all have the same resources by the quick glance I gave. Some have more than others, but also that could be just roll the dice. Like some have more silicate than others, but they all pretty much give the same resources. Just some in different quantities. Like this one only has 2 stacks, but that could also just be a roll of the dice too, because this one only has 2 stacks and sand and silk. And does this one have? Let's go look at this one. Yeah, they have sand and silk and silicate, all that. So they're pretty much all the same as far as resource wise. So if you're looking for a specific resource, just grab any of them. Some of them gave a lot of fertilizer, but they give anywhere from like 40 to 60 at a time, and sometimes less. So that's kind of hit or miss too. A lot of cementy paste in this one. Not as much spark powder, but still. This one actually got so much fertilizer that I had to put a different vault. Absorbent substrate. Yeah, they pretty much all give the same, just it seems like different quantities, but it could just be chance based. So that's a breakdown of all 8 drops. The red, cyan, and orange share a lot of the same drops as far as items, as in like the armor, the weapons, and the saddles. Yellow, purple, blue, green, and white have different like drop tables, and they don't share um, weapons or saddles. Some tech structures they do, but not tech weapons. But that's going to be all for me today. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to, and make sure you turn on notifications so you can see when my next video drops. If they do update red, teal, and orange to have their own drop tables, I will do an update video. If you guys want a bigger sample size, I can also try to do a bigger sample size. This was 100 of each color, so 800 loot beams in total. But you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching.